to do that. $4 a gallon of gas is a lot of money to spend on gas. If we have to do that, I think Knox County government should set an example and do that. And I feel that it's there. You just have to get in there, look at it, and study it, and offer it up. All you can do is offer it up, because it's up to commission to say, well, we like this or we don't. And we'll vote on it or we won't.
Mr. Anders, the same question. What qualifications do you have regarding analyzing a budget like Knox County's, and what would you do to trim some fat?
Yeah, well, the qualifications for analyzing the budget, I mean, you'd have to be an accountant. I mean, John Troyer puts the budget together. I mean, so it's kind of hard to say that, very few people see a budget that large. I think Dr. Briggs does with Mercy, Health Systems, but very few people see a budget that large. And so you have to, I think the important thing is you have to delve into it, and you have to look at it line by line and think about, there's some things that you can do in government like a business. There are some things we can do. We can be more, instead of buying an Explorer, next round we can buy an Impala or something like that. I hate to pick a brand. I'm sorry about that, but there's people in cars that don't need to be in there. But and those are some things we can look at, cost savings and fuel and things like that. But you have to go in there and you have to be able to look at because what I consider fat may not be what somebody else considers fat. They think, well, we need that, And I think throughout the year, throughout the budget process, and instead of just having a 1 month budget process, I think we should have a longer budget process. I think that, and in my opinion, and I don't know what the state law is on this, I think that we ought to request a budget sooner than the month before the budget's to be produced and are voted on, because I would like to see the county be able, departments to come before us and say, this is why we have this program, this is how it's effective, and make these departments sell their programs. And if their program's not effective, it's not being productive, cut it, and then find something that is, and be creative in what you're thinking. There are a whole lot of fixed costs, and I think that the next thing that the next commission needs to do is begin to lower the debt, and do that, and hopefully through business development and broaden the tax base that way. But you have to begin to stop living off your savings, and you have to begin to lower in the debt. And I think that that's what the next commission needs to do. And, we risk being on the next commission because you have the potential to either be a hero or a zero. And if you're a zero, if somebody, if we have to raise a property tax or a sales tax increase, and well, they raise taxes. Well, I might not got elected for it, but in 10 years, whenever we've paid down our indebtedness, they can look back and say, well, maybe that was the right move. So, I mean, we're either heroes or zeros, and we know that going into it. And so,
are you quoting the Hercules movie with that?
I think so. But I think that it's important that we look at the budget for a longer period of time and understand what it is, and you just got to look at programs that are not working and get rid of them. And that's hard because there's people that work in those programs, but you have to do it.
Well, I think it definitely goes to paying attention to all year long what's in the budget. I totally think that you can't, after watching it, you can't possibly do it in a month. It's very difficult, and I think because they did it so quickly and so I can't find the word that I'm looking for right now, so compacted, it makes it very difficult to really know. And the day that they spent having the grant people come in was probably, while it seemed, why are we doing this, was one of the best things that many of the commissioners said they did. They didn't know about those programs. They'd never heard of many of them. So that opportunity for those people to speak helped them be aware of what's out there in the community. And we are just, it's amazing what's out in the Knoxville community in that area. So I like the idea of having the departments come in and toot their own horns. I think that absolutely would be a good thing to do, because you need to know everything about what's going on.
Well, we have definitely run over now, so I'm going to give each of you the opportunity to just give your sort of last minute why you should vote for me speech, and so just about a minute each if you'd like, and I'm going to start with you, Mr. Anders. Just if you wouldn't care, just to look at the camera and I'll go make funny faces at you.
It's all right. I think it's very important that, where we're at in Knox County in this next election, and I think that we need to pick the right people that have the ability to lead. you know, people with character, and I think that I'm that person. Character, the definition of character is what you do when nobody's watching, and doing the right thing when it costs you something. And so I believe that I have the ability to make the right decisions and see the future for Knox County and the vision that we should have for Knox County, and I think that I'm the right choice for that.
Okay. In traveling around all the communities in Knox County, I have discovered who I am as a candidate, and there are 3 or 4 things that I feel are really important. One is that I want to be honest and open in all the dealings that I have with people that I meet across the county. I want to listen to the people and act on their behalf. I want very much to keep education and development a priority in our district, and all these things I'm going to do with a whole lot of passion and commitment to the citizens in District 6, and I would appreciate their consideration. Thank you.